Good day, mates and matettes, and welcome back to Fishing for Icebergs tutorials. Now, last time we left off with the lumber mill you see in the background over there, and this episode I'm just going to go over a couple of basic power solutions. Now, this is going to be a shorter episode because it's basically just setting the groundwork for a couple of future episodes I want to do. So, without further ado, I have these two systems here to show you. Now the first is this one over here. This is based completely on the thermal expansion mod, and it uses the thermal expansion's magma crucible and magmatic engines. Now what happens here is that there is an igneous extruder and an aqueous accumulator, as I showed you in the basic resource creator, creating cobblestone. After the cobblestone is created, it is sent across here to the magma crucible, where it is melted down into 1 bucket's worth of lava. The lava is then pumped over into these engines, which then use the lava to power the magma crucible and produce more lava. This system does require you to have some lava to start it up, but after that it is more or less self-sustaining. However, this system would generally have to be used on a rather large scale because you have to do the mathematics correctly so that you have enough magmatic engines powering the magma crucible to make sure that there is a constant supply of lava, but then you also have to make sure you have some of them producing excess to power the rest of your base. Now, there is one problem with this system, whereby the igneous extruder works a lot faster than the magma crucible, and as such there is a large excess of cobblestone produced. Now, in order to stop this, I've just put this chest here to take any excess cobblestone, as well as this circle of pipes. Now, a circle of pipes can allow any item, in this case cobblestone, to circle infinitely, without having to fill any space. Now, this system is probably not the best way to make power using lava. While it is completely self-contained and you don't need anything in an external part of your world, I would still recommend, when possible, using tesseracts, as shown here. Now, tesseracts are the thermal expansion's equivalent of earlier Buildcraft's teleport pipes. And basically here you can see 2 liquid tesseracts, which are on frequency 1. The frequency is set here, so let's say I change it to 10. You can see that, no, not 19, 10. You can see that they pump through, one of them accepts the oil from this wooden pipe and then pumps it just through like the ether, more or less, just, yeah, to this one here. Tesseracts can work at infinite range as long as they are both loaded in the world. So if you come into the world and like so many blocks, so many chunks spawn in, but as long as both of these are within, both ends are within their chunk, they can pump to and from. And as such, you can put the input one down in a cave somewhere next to a pool of lava, and the other one in your base, and get a rather sustainable supply of lava. There is a lot more lava in the world than you would initially assume, so trust me, that system works just as well. Now the second system over here is based, of course, on the Soul Shards mod. It also makes use of red power, industrial craft, and buildcraft. And what we have here is a wither skeleton spawn. If I just turn the difficulty up quickly, you can see that the skeletons spawn, drop, and die. Now, why wither skeletons? Well, I use wither skeletons because they drop coal. Yes, the two things that are produced by wither skeletons are bone and coal. The bone is just being taken, let's up your ante, are just being taken down here and dropped into a lava pit, which is underneath this filter here, while the coal is taken out here and sent into both these industrial craft generators and these buildcraft Stirling engines. Now, while I am using the red power piping here, it is just as easy to use buildcraft piping and use emerald pipes in the place of filters, because emerald pipes are selective extractors. Now, basically this system then just works on its own. As I'm just showing here that you can produce multiple types of power with this because it's coal, and coal is really easy. But if there is one problem with this system, and that is getting the wither skeleton spawner, because wither skeletons aren't the biggest spawners in the world. Like, they don't just spawn and spawn and spawn and spawn and spawn and spawn naturally. You have to find nether fortresses, and even within them they're a bit rare. So if you do not wish to go through that whole issue, you can also use blaze rods from the blaze spawn trap I showed you earlier, and blaze rods will work as power in a generator. Then you can just use a energy link or energy bridge, depending on the version of the mod packs that you're using, in order to convert the energy from industrial craft to buildcraft or to whatever other type of power you need. But as you can see, it actually produces a lot of power. This has not been going for too long, but it has been going for a while, but even with only 3 engines or generators, we can see that you very quickly develop a lot of power. And that is all we have time for this episode. I know it's been a bit shorter and probably not as complex as normal, but this is just making way for some advanced power systems that I'm going to show you in the future. Alright, well, that's all for now, so I will see you all later. Have a good one, mates.